Welcome to Tea with the President, a special Sunday evening program where I get to sit down with President Naokimi Ushiroda and talk about, what happened last week and what's coming up in the next week, the good, the bad, and everything in between. And also, I guess, Happy New Year's to everybody.
Happy New Year's. Happy New Year, Yoshi.
Happy New Year's, President Naokimi. How are you?
Yeah, it's been a good start of the year, I think. I guess somewhat uneventful, but just having the time and space to kind of reflect and kind of start to plan out the new year, I guess. Haven't quite finished it yet, but it's been feeling less rushed than usual, I guess.
Less rushed as far as New Year's go, or just life?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like because maybe New Year's landed on a weekend. I know I just feel like I've had more space than I usually remember having around this time. So
got it. Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
So if you're joining us for the first time, please feel free to write questions and comments in the comments section, because this is just a casual conversation between President Naokimi and myself. And I guess on that note, let's jump in.
Sure.
What was a highlight of this last week for you?
Well, I mentioned it last time, but yeah, definitely having the time and space to reflect on the last year. I like to do that and compile like 2021 highlights, which I did. It's quite a list. And then
that's good.
Yeah. So I guess that's a good thing. And then also a first time we did this time was I mentioned at the National Family Service, but my wife suddenly asked, what if we compile upload our pictures from the year and then just kind of share it. So she uploaded her pictures. I also selected my pictures, and then we kind of sat together as a family and we just looked at all the pictures and videos of 2021 that we liked. And it was really nice, actually. It took a good hour actually to go through all the photos and short videos, and I thought that was a great way to wrap up the year.
That's great. I guess I didn't really have the chance to sit down and fully reflect on last year yet. But I have a little like personal tradition where I go through, like my own photos and Instagram photos and pick out my 10 favorites, and make like a social media post about it.
Got it. So you posted it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good.
Yeah. And so I did like a pre-reflection highlight reel, like I guess what you did, but just for myself. That's a really nice way to do things, I'm sure. Do you think like you'll continue that next year?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it didn't take too long. I mean, both of us had to spend maybe, 20, 30 minutes picking out the photos that we liked from the year. But it was just putting on one. She used some kind of Google something photo album or something like that, and then we simply cast it on the TV screen, and then we're able to watch it together. So yeah, it'll probably become a new tradition.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah.
So then what was challenging about this week?
Well, this week I would say probably officially dissolving my Wiser coaching business. I mean, I knew I was going to do it this year, just because I've been way too busy.
2021?
I mean, not this year, 2021. I knew I had to do it, but I had to, actually submitting the dissolution form, and that was a bit challenging. But anyway, may Wiser rest in peace, and I'm sure it will resurrect in a different form,
Yeah, it
like
lives on
many
in
events.
your heart.
But at least in that form, as a coaching business, it has been laid to rest.
Mm. What, I mean, I'm sure that I can imagine what the main reasons were for dissolving this business, but do you want to speak to that?
Um, well, there was a conflict of interest to continue doing my personal coaching business while doing being the president of Family Federation. Because many of my clients that are kind of connected to my network, which is mostly church members. So that was one thing. But then the other was
Mhm.
basically I've been too busy with the presidential work. It just didn't have time to continue to invest in building the business. So
Right.
like any business, it takes, effort and energy to make it grow. So I knew it was time for it to come to a close. Yeah.
Um, I see. Was it some sort of like resolve for you to do that before the beginning of the new year, or it just kind
Well,
of,
there's some practical reasons,
yeah,
tax
I see.
reasons that, the if you kind of wrap it up by the end of the year, then it becomes your last filing of this year. And so just for practical reasons, because it actually, there's continuous like annual fees, and anytime you have a business, there's these ongoing costs as well. So if there isn't any income, then you should probably close the business.
Right, right. So you're what was challenging was just kind of seeing the effort and investment kind of officially close
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And more of a emotional challenge, I would say. Yeah, more than
Mhm.
anything else. But
Which
although,
is
yeah, technically too, they don't make it really simple to like wrap things up. I mean,
right.
I was like kind of frustrated. In this day and age, you still have to like mail a written form or something to the IRS to officially
Wow.
close. You can't just like do it online. So that was a little bit annoying, but anyway, it's part of
Wow.
the process.
Got it. Well, I mean, congratulations for doing that and getting through it.
Yes, yes. Thank
And
you.
yeah, Wiser coaching lives on for sure. I mean, even in some current projects, I think, right?
Right.
And definitely in the people that it's impacted. Um, what are exciting developments from the last week? Which was a short week, you know. It was
Yeah,
2 days.
yeah, I guess it was. Although, yeah, in my line of work, there's really no real breaks. But I did get to take
Mm.
off the Friday, and this weekend was lighter than usual. So I would say, yeah, it was shorter than usual. The main things this week, I continue with the assessments, 2021 self-assessment reviews with the four headquarter staff, all of the sub-regional directors, and Resfet, the Secretary General for Sub-Region 1. And I also had a chance to do it myself for my
Mm.
own review,
Wow.
and I reported to Dr. Young. So that was nice. So I think that was the main thing for this week is just completing all the different reviews.
How did that go with Dr. Young?
Yeah, it was, since he has a short time span. Time.
Oh, he's in
I did.
Australia still, right?
Yeah, he was in Australia,
Okay.
and I did, ask for a time with him to, talk about other things, but I was able to get it done in 30 minutes, where I kind of quickly reported on all the different things and his conclusion. Like I asked him at the end, so that's my assessment for 2021. Any feedback for me? And he was very generous. Uh, he said something like, "You did an excellent job. I want to shout to the whole world, I have the best national leader." So it was cute.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So that was nice. Kind of ending by reporting on my own assessment and achievements for 2021, and then just having that received by Dr. Young as my supervisor. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Any other kind of developments that were exciting?
Actually, there were a couple other key ones that I do feel were significant. One was I've been working on this for years. I would say probably at least 8 years I've been working on this, which is getting GPA to tithe.
Wow.
And ever since I was the EIM director, 2013, or working with CARP, and okay, so maybe it wasn't 8 years since CARP. Yeah, maybe since EIM, since 2016, at least 5 years. I know I've been working on this, and anyway, with Dr. Young's also guidance and encouragement, and being the national president and things like that, finally, they gratefully, joyfully tied for 2021,
Wow.
which was significant. It was about $250,000, and it went
Wow.
to support not just headquarters, but half of it is going back to support each of the subregions. So it's a really substantial contribution. So I'm really proud and happy that they were able to do that.
Wow. Wow. An
Yeah.
8-year long project. That's a victory.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
persistent when I have
Thank
a
you. Shout out to GPA.
yes. Great job, GPA. So
Right.
proud of you.
Wow.
Um, and then the last thing is we were able to hire a program manager for the upcoming Accelerate Family Fed Leadership Ministry Leadership Program. So really excited about that. It was originally designed to be a sub-region one leadership program, but then with feedback from Dr. Young and the sub-regional directors, we made it into a national program.
Mhm.
So we knew we needed some extra help to kind of get this going. So fortunately, Myung Eaton agreed to be the
Oh,
project manager for this program.
wow. Wow.
Yeah, so it's gonna be great. I'm really excited, and we're meeting on a regular basis to prepare well for it.
Exciting.
So that's about it
Happy
for
to
the
get her
updates.
name like pop up again. Yeah, she belongs in education. So,
Right, right, right.
yeah.
I thought it would be something that she'd get excited about, and yeah, I felt like it was a really good fit. So she did take a few days to really reflect and think about it, but she's really solidly on board. So it's gonna
Mm,
be a good.
how, is this is a long-term project that you envision?
Well, it's going to be at least the term of the program. So it's going to be at least a 5 to 6 month project.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
So we'll see how it goes, but I have a lot of related thoughts and plans related to this program. So kind of brainstorming about all of that as well.
Got it. Okay, so we can talk about the sermon and some of the comments
Okay.
really. Yeah, if you're watching for the first time, President Naokimi reads all the comments from his sermon on that he gets on Facebook, and then he highlights his favorites. So let's see. Jennifer Pierce, I think, features heavily
Yes.
in your favorite moments
Since we
today.
missed her last week, I think
Yeah,
I
she
overdid it.
she privately messaged me and she was like, "Did I make up for missing last week?"
You'll see, Jennifer. You'll see.
Plus, she was the MC, right? So she's kind of doing double duty over here. Okay, so first favorite comment. A montage for the end of the year sounds like a fun family tradition.
Yeah, we just talked about it, but I think
Mhm.
it'll continue. So I encourage anyone else, you can try it too.
Right. Okay, she says the differentiating of perfection as perfection of heart, which I would also include love and creativity in that, instead of never making mistakes, is so freeing. Like my individual character is part of the perfection equation.
Right. So anyway, the point that really stood out for me with that comment was just the point that, the perfection is not about never making any mistakes, but it's about continually like growing your heart where your unique creativity and connection and expression of joy is manifested in all of your relationships. So
Mhm.
it's a bit more, how do I say, artistic, not just like mechanical, I guess. Whereas perfection may come across as just, you know, like a machine, no errors, But
Yeah,
yeah,
right. The heart
the
and
heart.
character is just as important. Yeah. Okay, so next comment from Jennifer. Our gap year programs are specifically designed to challenge our ability to love.
Right. I remember in my training, they literally said, like, whoever you struggle with the most is going to be the kind of person you're going to get married with. So
Yeah.
better get used to it or learn how to overcome it. So that was our training. We'd literally be put in teams. You had to live with it and you had to learn to like get along with all kinds of people. But that was the best training to kind of overcome your own limitations in relating with others.
Mhm. Do you feel like you had people on your team who were similar in some ways to your wife?
um, well, I do remember one team. This was like right before I was a captain leading a fundraising team, and all the members were girls.
Oh,
And
wow.
like, I could not understand. Like, they would get upset at me for no apparent reason. And then I would just like, my logical mind just could not process why they were upset at me. But I'm sure I did something.
You're sure you deserved it.
I'm sure I deserved it. Just I couldn't understand why. So I think
Right.
God was trying to train me through all the different ladies I had to work with.
Mm. And then Jennifer also commented, I'm living for Mr. President, having to eat humble pie after marriage, realizing his skills weren't enough.
Yes. Great comment there, Jennifer. I also learned it's not about my skills. It's not even about my faith, but
Mhm.
it's about my heart. And
Mm.
that's something that, yeah, I'm I'm continually working on. Uh, so yes, God still believes in me. I'll
Mhm.
get there.
Mm. Okay, so Gregory Davis said these personal sharings are very powerful and are an important part of the service. Mm.
Oh yeah, about the reflections. I thought it was a good reminder that the different sharings we had the Wolfenburgers today and just having them share and Sarah Takar. And
Mhm.
so it's just rounds out the whole National Family Service
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, I agree. I think also this week was particularly like very real and vulnerable, the sharings.
Mhm.
I really appreciated it. And then Jennifer coming in and sharing as well. Yes, I liked it a lot. And then Marion said, thanks to the Wolfenburgers for the amazing marriage project they are generously funding.
Right. So I just wanted to comment on the Wolfenburgers. Not only were they, today's reflection couple, but they've been supporting different initiatives to
Mhm.
support marriage and family. And so just wanted to acknowledge and have a shout out to the
Yeah,
Wolfenburgers.
yeah. Also, High Noon is one of their projects in School of
Right,
Love.
right.
Yeah. Marion is also watching live, and she says, thank you for your DP Sunday sermon series. So enlightening and moving.
Thank you, Marianne. She's like one of my like eternal fans. She's always like commenting on anything that I do because we
Aw,
also come from like the Philadelphia, Delaware area,
I
and so she's
see.
like, I'm like her son. Like she's always
Oh,
proud of me, sharing about me all everywhere. So thank you, Marius.
mm.
Appreciate it.
Okay, and then I see the last comment that you highlighted is from Romina, who said, "Beautiful, beautiful, Rebecca, Calix, and everyone in the band. So love it."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really liked her singing. It was just not just the song, but like her energy around it. It was just so much
Yeah.
joy and like spirit, and I really liked how she and the team performed. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. And
Agreed.
sorry, but usually the the performers that sing before I speak, I don't really get to pay attention since I'm still like preparing for my sermon. So it's usually the song after the sermon that I can actually relax and just enjoy.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. She's originally from LA. Anyway, shout out to Rebecca.
Good job, Rebecca.
Good job. Okay, so what are you looking forward to in this coming week? I guess, I don't know, can we call it the first full week of 2022?
Yeah, I guess it is the first week of 2022. And one of my things that I did as I reflected was to come up with an updated weekly schedule. And
Oh,
I am excited about having a 46-hour work week. That's my goal.
wow.
So one of my
Coming down
intentions,
from what? What was it before?
well, first 7.5 months was about 80 hours a week, and then averaging, and then I got it down to about 67 in the third quarter. Um, fourth quarter got it down to about maybe 60, around 60.
Gotcha.
So the goal is to get it down to, under 50. That's my goal.
Right.
It's not that I'm not doing anything else, after I'm
Yeah.
working. There's a
Yeah.
lot of other things with family and um, other projects and things like that too. So
Mhm. Okay, well, I mean, I wish you the best of luck in your endeavor to shorten
gotta
your
start with the dream,
I guess on that note, we shouldn't take up any more of your time.
right?
So yeah, anyway, thank you everybody for joining us this week. If you feel inspired, please like, comment, share, and we will see you again next week, same time, same place.
Have a great new year, everyone.
Happy New Year. God bless
Happy New
you.
Year.